Hi guys! My name is Kamila and I run this very channel all about the hurdy-gurdy, and today we're gonna dive into all the good hurdy-gurdy playing practices you can start implementing today. The first point I'd like to make is investing in a good quality instrument. Do you know the infamous job interview question, where do you see yourself in 5 years? For a hurdy-gurdy this has never been more true. Because it's a luthier-made instrument, the waiting time can vary between a few weeks and a few years. And chances are, if your luthier is a good one, he or she will have a long waiting list, which is something that you should be mindful about. On the internet, there are a lot of so-called AGSOs, which stands for the hurdy-gurdy shaped objects. And those are the instruments that you should probably avoid buying. Their common problems include sticky keys, strings not holding a tuning, and a bad quality of sound. And most importantly, it's hard to develop a good playing technique on them. So, in all the hurdy-gurdy notes online, which ones are good to buy? Well, there are a lot of good makers nowadays that make even beginner-friendly gurdies. I personally own the Radosław Malisz Catnip, which is the 2021 model. Nowadays, his models are even better, the better sound, and he also includes some electronics, I know. Then there's also Instruments with their Apple model, their Trigo model, the most recent one. Then we also have Gordy Staruk and Nerdy-gurdy. And the Nerdy-gurdy, I think they're probably the most budget-friendly gurdies out there. The next point I'd like to make is cotton and rosin. There are a lot of cotton and rosin tutorials online, on YouTube as well, but I have learned some life-saving techniques on the workshops with Paweł Płoskoń, so I give him all the credit. I did not develop those techniques. Tip 1. If you're using the tampon cotton, it may be useful to open and unfold the tampon first, cut out the outer mesh, unfold the tampon, and remove the string. This way you avoid the knots in the cotton and are able to precisely take a little bit out. I personally catch a little bit with my index finger and thumb, just like this. Tip 2. Once you put the cotton on the string, if some is sticking out from the lump, you can turn the string on the wheel back and forth with your left-hand fingers while turning the crank, just like this. This way the cotton gets more condensed and any remaining fibers are caught in the lump. Tip 3. For rosining the wheel, it's a good practice to only do it if the wheel is moving, so that you apply it evenly. Before you rosin, start turning the wheel, and do not stop applying rosin until you took the cloth with liquid rosin, as in this case, or the block rosin away. This way you apply the rosin evenly. The next point is using varied resources. Since the hurdy-gurdy is an instrument with no formalized learning path, you can basically pick and choose what can work best for you on your learning journey. That being said, it's important to form good habits from the start and avoid forming the bad ones. And this is where having a hurdy-gurdy teacher comes in. I have only had one teacher, but there are a lot of good hurdy-gurdy teachers online, both online and in person. I'm on them: Scott Marshall, Michalina Malisz, Francesco Giusta. If you would like to recommend a teacher, please feel free to reach out in the comments section down below, so that we can support each other on our learning journeys. Apart from teachers, there is also a hurdy-gurdy community Facebook group, which is probably the most active online group about the hurdy-gurdy. Whenever you feel like something is up, you want to ask someone, all the players out there are very friendly and helpful. There's also a smaller group, a hurdy-gurdy player group, also on Facebook. As for the other internet resources, I cannot overestimate the great job that the gurdyworld.com does. And this is not sponsored, I'm a small YouTuber, but this is such an amazing group. They have shit music, all for free. They have good hurdy-gurdy teachers lists. They have good gurdies lists, and basically all of the things that the entry-level gurdy player needs. The last point is caring for physical health, and this is often overlooked, but playing the instrument that the hurdy-gurdy is is an athletic activity in which you engage parts of your forearms, arms, hands, your back, and it's very important to take good care of your body. Before and after, it's always good to do the warm-up and cool-down session. Even a short session can help you in the long run. What you can do are, for example, wrist circles, arm circles, gentle stretches, and opening and closing your hands. Please remember, I'm not a physical therapist, I'm not a doctor, so if you feel any kind of pain while doing these exercises, or if you're feeling any kind of pain while playing the gurdy, it's important to stop and see if it helps, and if it doesn't help, then please reach out to a professional, because it's not really worth it to risk your health over playing the gurdy. Case closed. Another aspect of caring for your physical health is hearing protection. A lot of people compare the volume level of the hurdy-gurdy to the one of a violin, which can be true when you are only engaging melody strings or melody strings to the drums. But if you're also engaging the trumpet string, which is pretty loud, it can get real loud really fast. Especially in the room like mine, which is totally non-treated acoustically. If you feel it's too loud, it probably is, and it's time for some hearing protection. I think the musicians' earplugs are probably your best bet, as they only reduce the sound volume and not the sound quality. As with your hands, your back and stuff, it's important to reach out to the professional if you're feeling some sort of fatigue that doesn't go away. If you're feeling that something is up in your body, it's very important to reach out to a proper doctor. Okay, so that's it, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you find this video useful, and if you have any sort of comments, please leave them in your comment section. Any sort of feedback would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. So, bye!